in the back. Heidi and I had to go back and get Johnny. He was too lazy to come down here. Johnny has to drive. Johnny said, Papa, I got bad knees like you, Papa. I got bad knees. I don't believe that, Johnny. Jump that fence. I don't believe that bad knees. I think you're lazy. I think Johnny's lazy. Yes, I do. I do think you're lazy. Don't look at me like that. Do not look at me like Papa's crazy. All your little friends are where they should be and where you should be. Somewhere, Johnny. Your friends are here somewhere. Go look for them. I see Miracle. She ain't gonna be far from them. It's not right, Hattie. It's not right for a goat to have to ride everywhere he goes. Just go, Johnny. I'm serious. Go on, Johnny. They down there. They're right out there somewhere. Cause I see Ivan and Miracle right there, and the goats are not going to be far from them. They're not going to let them get out of sight. They're probably right across that fence yonder. That's where I'm thinking they're at, Johnny. That's where I think they are. So we'll drive down and look. Look up. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, here we go. Go ahead, Johnny. I see you right yonder. See, I told you. They're not going to be far. And these guys ain't going to let them get too far away. Nope. They're right yonder. I can tell you what's going on here. They're out there in that brush, and she wants to go out there. She comes straight to that fence and says, why can't I go out there with them and eat brush, Papa? But you see, they're on the other side of the fence in my neighbor's place. And he don't mind. Plus, they can't go nowhere. There's a creek, I've told you before, on the other side of them. And it's got water in it all the time, so they can't cross that creek. They'll come back here when they get their little tummies full of those fresh green leaves out there and that stuff. They'll come back. Here comes an outlaw now. Little Carrie and Moki. Their trouble. Anyway, Miracle says, I'll just have to graze around out here, Pawpaw. And here comes my boy. And her Heidi, getting her roll. Yeah, throw Kippy's out here. Beautiful day. Day's Sunday. Beautiful day. It's kind of cool, but it's a beautiful day. A beautiful day. I love you, baby boy. Fine, he said. You just got through rolling. So here they come back now. They done went out there and got some leaves and stuff, and a little bit of stuff to eat on. Now they're coming back. Anyway, I'm going to head back home and check on Johnny. Johnny's not with them. Johnny's out in the front somewhere, and we know what that means. No telling. You know, at lunch today, Buddy was talking about some things he said on a video, and he said, Pops, You're probably gonna get in trouble about them stairs. He was telling, I guess, Stephanie's audience that when some of his fondest memories was sleeping upstairs the night before Easter and waking up Easter morning and coming to the head of the top of the stairs, looking over that rail and seeing that table. She had just would have that table loaded with stuff, you know, chocolate, bunny rabbits, and Easter eggs, and all these kind of things. He said he's so excited, but then he'd almost fall coming down them stairs. Well, that ain't true. He didn't fall. But he said, I had to say it, Pops, because I'd seen G's video about the stairs. But we had a great time at lunch, and we got to talking about old stories, old things. And Buddy was talking about also in the video, he talked about riding hay, the square bales. Buddy said 15 rows high. Well, I can't throw 15 rows high on square bales. We'd always stack about 5. A low bar trailer, if you stack them right, you can put 20 bales per layer. And we would go 5 high. That's 100 bales on a low bar trailer. And that's as high as I could throw them. And that was a stretch. That was a stretch. That was a good help. But I don't believe we ever let Buddy ride on a stack that high. Sometimes we let the kids ride. It was up maybe 3, it was almost through, and had to be 3 layers high, something like that. And it was only like a mile from our hayfield to our home. And we drove real slow. There wasn't no traffic back in those days. And we drive real slow. The kids would all ride on hay. It was a lot of fun for them. And but I was telling Bud, I said, I can remember as a boy, my dad had an old trailer. It wasn't a low bar trailer. It was some kind of trailer, long and narrow, but it had a tongue on it. You know, it's kind of a tongue that made the front wheels turn with the tongue. And we would go buy hay sometimes in Huffman. And the old road between Huffman and Plum Grove was dirt. And in the summertime like that, you hadn't get much rain, there'd be ruts. Deep ruts in the sand, old sandy road. Ruts going one way, 2 ruts going one way with tires, you know, make these ruts. And then 2 on the other side coming the other direction. And once you got down in those ruts, you really couldn't get out. You couldn't get out of them. You could not hardly pass nobody. If somebody was broke down in your ruts, it'd be hard to get up out of those ruts over the hump into the other ruts to pass them and then back over into your side of the road. It'd be really hard because sometimes the ruts would be a foot deep. And cars would really have a hard time because they'd be what they call dragging high center. Trucks do okay. Cars really, you got to keep your speed up. If you ever got your speed down too low, it would finally just drag you to a stop and your tires would spin. But I remember coming down that road, my dad in a truck, us kids ride on that old trailer. And them old tires would start getting on the edge of that rut, so they start this stuff, and the hay on top be doing this stuff. Next thing you know, it'd fall off. It would fall off on that old sandy road. But Dad wouldn't be driving 20, 25 miles an hour. And you fall off that old sand as a kid, it didn't hurt. You know, plus you fall on top of hay. It's fun. It wasn't fun to my dad to get up and restack it, but then we'd go again. And he'd try to tie it down. You can't tie stuff down on the road doing this kind of stuff. But there was a lot of fun times riding hay. And we rode hay stacks all my life. It's just something kids do. And I've rode on top of it too. Somebody else, like my brother, be pulling a load home from a hay field, and I'd be hot, and I wasn't going about to get that cab up there and be hot, and I'd just hop up on the back of the hay and sit up there on top, and hoping he didn't go fast. A lot of fun. We had a lot of good conversations at lunch. Dan told some big tales, and Buddy told some tales. Yeah, you can't. Ouch, Hattie. God. She jumps off and hits my knee. You can't can't believe these old boys all the time. You know, they start talking this old stuff. They start exaggerating. Hey, boys, come on, get back, get real here. But we had a lot of fun. Kim told some tales, and a lot of it's on my Sunday video, and some of it won't be. But because I couldn't just video the whole time, I got to eat. I got to eat too. All right, guys, we'll cut this off a little bit. If I come up with something, I'll tell you something else here in a minute. That's my boy. That's my boy. I love that guy. He's a goat. If you meet that brush, he's a goat. Oh, he's a combination. See, he's a combination. There he's eating grass. Ivan's versatile. He can eat anything. Ain't that a picture? Ivan, look at Pawpaw. Ivan! Hard-headed donkey. Turn his butt to me. Ivan! Look at Pawpaw. Yeah, thank you. He said, don't bother me, Pawpaw. I'm busy. I do love that guy. He is something else. He is something else. I'm just sitting here enjoying my time. It's nice and cool, actually a little bit too cool. I'm having to wear a sweater. And watching my goats. And Heidi's playing around here in the sand, and Kippy. Very nice. I'm going to make that video this week. This week, it's going to come out this week about my time with the Sheriff's Department. Well, I can't do it all on one video. You put, almost 10 years in, you can't tell all the stories in a 15 or 20 minute video. And some of the stories you wouldn't want to tell anyway. But kind of give you an outline of how we worked. And I'm going to do it this week. I may even work on it this afternoon out there in my man cave if I don't have nothing else to do, I'll try to post it one day this week. It was a challenging job. It truly was. In all honesty, it was very challenging. It was rewarding in its way, and it was fun at times. It was depressing at times. It was scary at times. But I enjoyed and I loved the job. It's just that I couldn't do it and have kids at home growing up and never seeing their dad. They was growing up, and I was never home. There we go, son, up here. And his little friend, she's right over there. She's coming across to him. I hear you snorting. Nobody wants to hear a donkey snort, Ivan. Oh, well, here he comes. I shouldn't have said that. Hey, baby, I love you. I love you too, you bad girl. G wants me to come down, and I'm going to turn the camera around and show you. See that tall green stuff there? And some over here? It's called switch cane. It's like what they make fishing poles out of, but this may be a different variety, but still, we've made fishing poles out of this stuff we get. I'm going to walk over and show you a small one. You get over these little thickets where there's been nothing there, there'll be big ones. Real big and 15 foot long. But I'm having to watch where I step because in the sand I don't want to come or trip one of these roots here. she wants me to come down, and her and she said, I'll come with you, and we'll dig up some and plant them, because they can grow up like, make it almost like a hedge along your fence line. But you can see, that's called a moki down in there. That's a moki. You can see there's little ones. This is the little ones here. There's about 8 foot tall, but see, you can make fishing poles out of them. And cattle and goats love this stuff. And this stuff stays green year round. In the old days, these old thickets like this was just vast. They went for miles, and cattle could get in here and just stay fat all winter long. These here, when cattle can get to them, they pretty well keep them cut down, eat down a lot, but cattle can't get to these right here. So, anyway, that's called switch cane. And she wants to come down and dig up some. We had some at one time, and I finally cut them down because they kept spreading out into the yard, and I cut them down and moved them out of there. She said, well, we'll keep them trimmed. Okay. We'll see, but you can see how deep they are over here. Oh, the switch cane. Yep, called switch cane. Up the river here. The river's right there. And up the river about, I don't know, a couple 100 yards maybe, there's a big old switch cane thicket. Oh, it's deep, deep switch cane. Real thick. And we used to play paintball out here in these woods. Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was like jungle warfare. It was fun. Yeah. The fun part was we wasn't firing real bullets. But cousin and I was on the riverbank, going up there at riverbank, and we come to this trail. The switch cane was beat down to literally nothing. And this trail come from the water's edge up through that switch cane. No, that's not food. That's a package I got from our garden. Stop. No, sir. It's not a snack. I'm serious, baby. Baby boy. No. I'm serious. Come on, leave it alone, okay? I love you. It's not food. It's something from our garden and you can't eat it. No, sir. Ivan, I'm serious. I'm serious, son. You're determined, ain't you? You're a determined little boy. Anyway, that trail turned out to be an alligator trail from the water's edge up into that switch cane. She probably had a nest up in there. And that trail was probably 2 foot wide when she was crawling. And then once we got to looking, you can see her tracks and her tail drag where she drug her tail. Don't you dare turn that butt to me. I'm serious, Ivan. I'm serious. But we didn't linger there very long. We sure didn't try to set up an ambush there where she lived. We kept going. We've had a lot of fun down here over the years playing paintball. And we played paintball day and night down here. We didn't play at nighttime. And on a moonlight night, it's so much fun. You trying to slip up on people in the dark, you know, and the moonlight shines in places and shadows in places. It was a lot of fun. Lots of fun. And usually though, you have to be right up on top of somebody before you saw them. And you shoot somebody with a paintball gun, it hurts. It'll leave a bruise, depending on where they hit you. We always wore a mask, protect our face and eyes. But I'd go to school next day and I'd have bruises, whelps. I mean whelps the size of a marble all over me. All right, we're gonna ride around a little bit in Mental Hast. Hey, Zip. Hey, baby. I did not bring no snacks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I love you. I love you anyway. I will love you. You know I love you. I will love you. Yes, I will. You're my girlfriend, huh? No. That's an old bag. You can't have bags, okay? No bags. No bags. No bags, Zippy. No bags. Get something on the eye. Something on the eye, okay? Hey, Moses. You lazy devil, you. Y'all taking it easy? Enjoy this nice crisp air. It's crisp, Papa, very crisp. Moses out here in the sunshine. He got better sense than the rest of them. He's in the sunshine. Yeah. All right, they're fine. See y'all later. See you later, baby girl. This is one of the mulberry trees that we still have on the place. Mulberry tree, one up behind Kim's house, and this one. And I think this is only the last two we have. There was one at the cemetery. I've told that story before about the cemetery. There used to be a whole grove of them. And over the years, they get old, they die out. And my grandmother and her mom and dad, all of them, great-grandparents, used to pick the mulberries and make, pies and stuff out of them. They would go out by where the cemetery is now, and like I said, there was a grove of them, and they would pick the mulberries and make pies. And they also had their garden out there, and they would take their breaks out of the hot sun underneath those mulberry trees. But they're all gone now. Well, Lester's fence looks good. Jake still got a little bit left on it to do. Up on this front up here, he's got to still drive some T-post. Come on and tied these. Jake may have tied some of these to the post. There's some not tied. These here are not tied yet. Then Jake got to come clean up his mess. Yeah, these are not tied. And then he's going to run electric fence. Daniel told me we should write it down one strand on the inside the fence, and then when it comes back on the outside all the way back, that way to keep Moses off the fence too. Electric fence don't hurt them, it just shocks them. It scares them more than anything else, but it shocks them, it scares them enough that they don't come back and try it again. They'll kind of stay off that fence. Stops a lot of fighting. Checking my bluebird house. I've seen a couple of different bluebirds here in the last couple of days, so we got some bluebirds Yeah, there's several out here flying. Woo, there goes one there. They get them mosquitoes of theirs, them mosquitoes out. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them out there, folks. I see about 6 or 8 of them. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, my bluebirds are back. Bluebirds are back.